Hi folks, this is Vicki at patternprincess.com. Today I'm just in the beginning stages of making this pretty blanket here. It's in three different colors, a light blue, like a lavender color, and a white. And this is in Karen Simply Soft. One of them is a loops and threads, or maybe two of them are a loops and threads color. I'll have all of the yarn specifics on the website when I get the free pattern written up, but I'm just alternating the three colors, and this is called the cluster stitch. I do have a separate tutorial for how to do the cluster stitch. It's just using a solid color. However, today I wanted to show you, because I'm making a blanket and I'm going to put a border on. If I wasn't going to put a border on, I probably would not carry my yarn up the side, but I love it when I know I'm going to put a border on it. I just carry this yarn up the side. Right now I just have two of the yarn colors on this side, and over on this side I have the lavender color. So remember, there's three colors of yarn. So I just finished with this lavender color over here, and I have my two colors here. My next color I use is blue, so I'm going blue, lavender, and white. So my next one is blue. So really, very simply, all I do, and one of the biggest things is you make sure you don't pull too snug when you're carrying the yarn up. But I got my crochet hook in the yarn loop. Now I'm just going to take my blue. The only thing is your yarn does get tangled sometimes, and so it's always a battle to untangle. And I always will try and like bring the yarn behind. And if I have two or three strands of yarn, I normally don't go past carrying it up about this far. This far is really even more ideal, because there's no gaps, it just lays very nicely. Okay, because like here's a piece of yarn I carried, here's a piece of blue I carried, here's the lavender I carried, now I'm carrying the blue. Okay, so what I do is I bring the yarn in that loop, then I snug up the loop here, the white, because I'm done with the white, and then I just make sure that that yarn is laying nicely on the side. I don't pull too tight, I don't have it too loose. Now the row that I have to do now is the actual cluster stitches. So I'm going to do a chain 3 with my blue. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now the next part that I do is I start working inside of my chain spaces. Okay, so, and you should always have one cluster stitch above the one below. So I have my yarn over, and my cluster stitch is 3 double crochets together. So there's 1, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it through 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook again, yarn over, and it go through 2 loops. Now I have 4 loops on here, and now I'm going to bring it through all 4 loops. I'll do it again. Yarn over. I'm going to go to my next chain space from the row before. Yarn over, and bring it through 2 loops. Yarn over, and then it's like you're doing part of a double crochet, just the bottom part of it. You're not finishing off the top. Yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, and go through 2 loops, and then there's 4 on the loop on the hook, and you yarn over and go through all 4, and you yarn over 1 more time. And this is how we go all the way across. I skip that single crochet, I go into the chain stitch, and we go yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, put your hole in the hook, yarn over again through 2 loops, yarn over, put your hook in the hole, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and then yarn over, go through all 4, and then chain. Now I'm going to continue working this, and I'm going to meet you on the other side. We have the white yarn over here. On the other side, we're going to end up with the blue and the lavender. So eventually we're going to end up with our other yarns over here too. But right now, this is, and look at how, well, I got a fuzz there, but look at how nice this edge is laying. The edge is laying very nice. It's going to be really nice when I put a border on it. So I'm going to continue working my cluster stitch all the way across. And when I get to the other side, I'm going to show you how to come back then, because my next color is the lavender. Okay. Okay, I'm finally getting to the other end over here with my light blue yarn. And I just have one more cluster stitch to work. 1, 2, 3, whoopsies, whoopsies, whoopsies. Go through all 4 loops, chain 1, and then I have a double crochet in that last stitch. Okay, so that takes care of that row. Now I need to, as I said before, my next color is a lavender. I now have lavender over here and a light blue, and on the other side where we just started is hanging out the white. Okay, so I'm going to turn my work, and of course, like I said, your yarns can get kind of tangled up and messy. So if you see what's on here, I kind of have a, here's my blue over here. My lavender is probably going to be a little bit of a tangle. We'll see here. Okay. And now see if we can get everything out of the way. Here's my blue. And then my lavender. Okay, so now the same way that we brought this through. And again, I'd like to bring it under the underside. It looks like it's not too tangled right now. It survived quite well. And I just lay my yarn against the side, and I don't pull taut. I bring it through here, the loop, and then I gently pull the loop tight. The blue loop, I should say. I should explain what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Here's my chain 1. Now I'm going to single crochet in that first, the same space, I should say. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to, after a single crochet, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip this cluster. We're going to go right into that chain 1 space of the previous row and do a single crochet. And a chain 1 and a single crochet. Whoopsies, I wanted to do double crochet and a single crochet. Chain 1, jump over to the next chain 1 space and just keep doing that. Chain 1, single crochet. Chain 1, single crochet. We keep going in the spaces in between. But on the edge here, when I add my border, this is going to look nice. So now I've just changed my yarn color, and I have my blue hanging to the side. So you just have to take care of your 3 yarns, and I'm always working them in between. So I try and keep my yarn edges, my yarn straight. I know there's some folks that'll use like a laundry basket and have their yarns coming through different holes and things like that. But this is how I do it. And this pattern happens to be a repeat of these 2 rows. So when I get to the other side, my next color is going to be the white. So then I'll be pulling the white in when I get over here. Okay, so it just works real nice. I hope that you give this blanket a try and try carrying your yarn up the side. It's so much nicer not having a million yarn ends to weave in. Take care and enjoy your crochet project.